Hi everybody, good morning. Have you ever heard of the quickening? The quickening. Now, we're talking about a quickening, a movement in acceleration. We're talking about a lifting up of what's called resonance or vibration. And this is happening right now to our planet. And since we happen to live on the planet, well, we're being also stepped up to the quickening. And what is the quickening? The quickening is, as you can see, something's happening on the planet. And what's that? Well, we've got massive weather changes. We've had major changes in the last 10 years in our weather. And of course, why? Is because the sun. The sun is going through its repolarization in magnetic fields where they actually reverse. And the sun gives a different tune to the rest of the whole solar system, which of course the sun controls everything. It's 99.8% of the whole solar system. Its mass is made up of one star, the star that runs the show, the sun. So only 0.2% of the rest of the planets are involved in the rest of the mass of the solar system. So the sun right now, as you can see, is the powerful star of our show. It is really what you'd call, the savior to our existence. So right now, the sun is still in solar maximum. It's still having huge solar flares and huge, gamma burst radiation that's coming through. There's a lot of changes that's coming into our little planet. Now, the quickening is coming to us. We live on the planet at this time. And this is complex, but it's very simple. All we're trying to do is stay in tune with the planet and the sun. So the sun is quickening. It's raising its energy field up. And of course, since we live on the planet is our magnetic zone that gives us life. Remember, we have a heliosphere that circles the solar system, and then we have a magnetosphere that actually shields us from solar radiation. Or cosmic radiation. So the idea is the quickening is that we, as a species, and everything here, birds, bees, whales, snails, rocks, plastic, everything is in this field, this resonant field. Now, you can see the sickness that's happening on the planet. You can see the changes of many things that are just not normal to our existence that we've known so well. We've broke so many records, of hot and cold over the last 10 years. And we've had massive changes in the healthy population versus the sick population. As you can see, we've got a sickness that's going on not only physically but mentally, because we're not in tune with the quickening. We're not in tune with the planet. We're not in tune with nature, which is in tune because it's not being pulled not to be in tune. So it's very important at this time to raise your vibration, raise your resonant field up, raise your awareness. And how do you do that? First thing is you have to change your diet. First thing you have to do is lower the contaminant load that's in your world. First thing you have to do is really take a look and see what would serve you and what wouldn't serve you in your life at this time, and switch things around. We're going through a transformation at this time called the metamorphosis. I call it the quickening. And the metamorphosis is akin to the idea of the caterpillar changing itself into a cocoon, liquefying its DNA, and metamorphosizing into a totally different creature that flies. And of course, one is very destructive, the caterpillar, and then it becomes very dysfunctional when it goes crazy inside its cocoon and it liquefies itself. That's the state we're in at this time right now, the species of the planet. And then it turns into this angelic butterfly, a completely different species that does nothing more than pollinate and drink nectar. Okay, totally different than the voracious eating caterpillar. Now, how do we become equanimitable with the resonant field? That's the question. Like I said, first thing is you change your diet. Liquids. This is my chia seeds, minerals, silica, and blue-green algae. This is part of my super fuel that changes my vibration, because red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet colors, real colors, we're talking not synthetic things, real colors are a vibration that has power. So really changing the amount of solidity that you put in your body versus the amount of liquidity makes your body so it has way less density. I've lost 40 pounds of density, baggage, by following simple steps. Of course, there's a lot of them to follow. Once you learn how to ride a bicycle, it's not on your agenda to ride a bicycle or to learn to ride a bicycle anymore. Once you change certain things in your lifestyle, they're just a part of your lifestyle. But doing the changing, of course, is baby steps at a time. Optimizing everything in your household is a way to lower your pollution level down, which is going to increase your vibrational sequence up. The quickening is a natural phenomena that's happening to the species at this time. And like I said, all you have to do is look and see what shape the herd's in. And the shape that the herd's in is not healthy. So if you're not in tune with this advancing energy on the planet, and advancing energy to the body is also advancing consciousness or awareness. As we get more vibration, then we see more. We start to be able to understand that there's more than what we see. And what we see now is not really that pleasant. Insanity is a good sign that you're starting to see the truth, because we live in a pretty weird world at this time. You know, if you came down from another planet and you studied the species of people here, you would sort of shake your head and say, what are you guys doing? You're guests on this planet, and you're destroying everything that's living. You have a war with nature. What are you doing? This is a temple. This place that you're living on is like you going to a hotel, a real nice hotel, and you destroying the hotel. Don't you think the hotel owners or the people that run the hotel would be very unhappy with you? I think so. So you really look at this from a creator standpoint, and you look down and we're creating havoc on this planet. We're really not doing purpose that's evolutionary. We're doing purpose here that's got destruction. So changing your resonant field will change your consciousness. It will make you so you'll be able to really see what's right, not only for you, but for everybody. Everybody just wants to have 3 things in their life. Simple, 3. The first one is joy. We all want joy. That's what life's about. And joy, of course, is intrinsic with love. joy, bliss, and happiness. These are like all part of the same mold, but different fractals of this thing we call love. Once you feel the energy of health, then your brain chemicals actually work and make you feel joy, bliss, and happiness. You don't get those from a pill. You don't get those from buying toys. You don't get joy, bliss, and happiness unless it's coming from the inside out. So as the vibrations raise on the planet, and right now we're at 13 cycles per second. 13. That's every time a sine wave goes up and down once, that's one cycle, two cycle, and 13 cycles per second is a wave that goes like this, okay? And of course 100 cycles per second would go up and down, and one cycle per second would barely go ahead and even make an arc. So 13 cycles per second means that we're activated at 13 cycles, which lets us see more. Just not too long ago, Dr. Schumann in the 50s said that the heartbeat of the planet was 7.83 cycles. And look how much it's changed since then. Okay, the cycles per second is about how much activation our brains become. So if there's 5 cycles activated, you have 5% activated. And maybe you don't get a chance to even use all 5%, but 5% is there. 7 cycles per second and 7 cycles per second, then we've got the ability to be able to turn on our brains, our codons in the mind, to this layer. You have the ability to. Doesn't mean it is. So at 13 cycles right now, you can see the children called the indigo children. The children that are being born today are actually, their DNA is at 13 cycles per second, which is way more advanced than their parents. It's way more advanced than their grandparents. Remember, just back in the 50s, the planet was at like 7.5 cycles. If we're at 13 cycles per second right now, that's pretty fast harmonic compared to, like I said, 7.5. So the children have a lot more DNA activation. DNA activation is why we're here on this planet. Once we rise to the occasion of the next layer or the next quantum leap of activation, we really want to become again Earth stewards of the planet. We don't want to do destruction only because now we see it. We didn't really even want to do destruction before, but we didn't know we were. That's called unconscious. So how to become more conscious or more aware is really making the temple as clean as you can make it. Respect your body. Your body is an instrument. Okay? No one knows what it is at all. It's a machine. It works as I dream it. That's why they call it the dream machine. I open my hand in and out. I don't know how to do that, but I do it. I dream it at light speed. So we live in a very complex, unspeakable world. Remember, who breathes you? You? You can breathe. Now, who breathes you? Okay, there's another layer of physiology behind you. It's like when you flavor food and it tastes so good. What happens when you swallow it? You have no idea. All you know is about 3 to 4 or 5 hours later, if you're healthy, all of a sudden you'll go, whoa, lunch. Okay, do you circulate your blood? Do you keep your body's temperature at a certain rate so you could function as yourself in the third world of density? Remember, there's a multidimensional, multifractional system that's showing itself right now. We're starting to realize that we are very complex humans, or Earth humans. We really don't know what humans are, except for the ones that have shown themselves, like Lord Buddha, Lord Krishna, Lord Orion, Jesus. These are humans. One of these days, whether we like it or not, We'll fall into godhood too. What a school. But it is time to wake up to the next layer of activation. And the first thing you can do, like I said, is change your diet. Go to Earthshift products. I've got this laid out for you, very simple. Upgrading your health and wellness has never been easier. Okay, you go to the internet store we have. Everything we sell is all at a super discount. Free shipping for new customers. We ship to Canada, all the United States. Free shipping promotions and super saving specials every week. Use these products into your lifestyle that you have now. Slowly change your way around. Slowly buy yourself one gift a month. You owe it to yourself. Why? Because you haven't been buying things for your evolution. You've been just buying things maybe just to exist. Okay, this is to help you rejuvenate. Okay, the information that we share on eartheracademy.com is a private school. It's a student school. I'm just a student. And I'm just sharing with you a lot of information that I feel that has a lot of efficacy. A lot. To be able to rid yourself of accumulated toxicity, remineralize your body, expand your awareness, learn how to rebuild your nervous system, understand the behind the scenes or behind the veil of how parasites think and how they control our minds and our bodies. These are all the very interesting ideas, concepts, and disciplines that we talk about. And not only interesting, once you hear about them, it's a simple call to action to change your ways. Why? Because it's logical. That's why we call it the biological supernatural lifestyle. It's biological, it's logical. Supernatural, it's above nature as you know it. It's above natural. And the lifestyle, of course, is really gratifying. It's gratifying to feel good. It's gratifying to feel, remember, the joy, bliss, and happiness in your world, every breath. There's such an accomplishment and feeling when you change your ways to a higher tune. Don't take my word for it. If this makes sense to you, then you would know, just like going to grade school, that 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade are all different layers of education. So the education that we're getting today, of course, is only available because the sun's letting us open our minds up to these layers of activation. So let's fill ourselves with the correct minerals, liquids, foods. Let's learn how to detoxify, deaccumulate ourselves. Let's learn how to, once we make space to put new things in, let's learn how to remineralize and restructure our nervous system that's been thwarted and assaulted by the plethora of different poisons. Some of them are in our environment. Some of them have been put into our mouth. Some of them have been put into our water supply. Remember, we have to be smart enough to negotiate this world. It's a beautiful place, especially if your mind says it's so. If it's not a beautiful place, it's only because maybe you're not vibrating at the layer that would give you this vision and this feeling of seeing that everything on this planet is a miracle. We're not supposed to destroy anything, and realistically, when you change your tune, like I said, don't keep doing your old habits. Explore. Okay? Changing your tune means you're going to change channels, which means there's a different program on, and that different program's got different thoughts, actions, disciplines, and learn them. Changing your life gives you a new life, and you're changing it for the better. You're not changing it for the worse. So choose some of the better addictions. Remember, it does take a little while to get addicted to a substance. And I don't care if it's pharmacological substance, I don't care if it's smoking, drinking. These are all addictions, and these are bad addictions. So let's try to understand that we're going to have to learn how to exercise, stretch, and eat reasonable, non-contaminated. And that's going to take some time for you to get addicted to that life. Remember, you can get addicted to heroin. All you got to do is do it for a week. Same with smoking. And you've risen to a colony of different types of parasites and microbes that and I'm talking pathogenic. They're not so much pathogenic in your body, these microbes, but they're very mind controlling to do what they want you to do, which is to feed them, even if it's cocaine, even if it's cannabis, even if it's tobacco, alcohol, sugar, okay? Maybe it's depression. Exercise changes your brain chemicals. Foods are your medicine, and medicine is your foods when you see this truth. So most of the change that your mind needs to see, that it is possible to rejuvenate. It is possible to be the sculpturist of your own body and mind. No one's going to do it for you. There is no quick pill to take. It does take some work consistently, because if not, you're not going to get anywhere. Remember, the younger you are, the easier it is for you to become more human. 18 to 33 years old, I always say, are the best group because they haven't poisoned themselves as much. They don't have too much mental baggage that they've accumulated. They don't have to worry about the responsibilities that we give to ourselves by a lot of things that we sign ourselves to contracts to, all these responsibilities and all these things that the younger generation has some space to be able to navigate where they know they don't want to go, and that's where they see the adults. They have no want to play that world. Unconscious destruction, fight to the duel in business, run your whole life just to make money. Okay? A lot of these newer people, children, they want to learn permaculture. They want to learn how to make their own food. They want to learn how to study and comprehend nature. They want to learn how to live sustainably. They want to learn how to live socially. Okay? It's very smart. So, let's learn from the children. It's a very important, I got the clock going off and the phone going off. It's a very important thing here, okay, to be able to let our children go ahead and show us maybe something that we can't see. So, anyways, I'm going to shut off here because I'm going to get a message going, but you get my drift, okay? Life is a set of choices. And the choice that you have at this time right now is to step up and upgrade yourself. Step up to the plate and volunteer to live more efficiently, live more naturally, to live more intrinsically with nature. So there are lots of parts to upgrade. And the easiest ones to do, remember, are skin cleaning, skin pore opening, remineralization. Detoxification is very easy because most of it is you just got to quit putting it in. Okay, changing your household such and such and detergents and soaps. There's a system, a protocol here. Learn it. Practice it. Share it. Be it. Be the example of the change that you are, and you'll notice that if you change your resonant tune up to a little higher, most likely your job may not make sense to you anymore. Most likely a lot of the hobbies that you used to do, like I used to, won't jive in your energy field anymore. I used to hunt and fish every weekend. I didn't mind killing things. Didn't bother me. Not anymore. Okay? Everything's a miracle, and we're guests on this planet, as I've said many times. We're guests in this hotel, and we're supposed to take care of it. You see a piece of paper up on the floor, you pick it up and put it in the trash can. Okay? Everybody's here to help each other. That's part of the evolution of the species. Triality consciousness is when we get along with one another. Triality, mind, body, spirit, getting along with your mind, your body, and this interdimensional real spirit, as you can say, that breathes us all. All right, so think about your actions today and see what kind of things that you can do to change yourself to a more supernatural lifestyle. If you don't know what that means, come to Earther Academy. Learn through a lot of the videos that I've put up on YouTube. The information I put on Earther Academy is more self-treatment based, living understandings, philosophy, techniques, just ways that I run my life that I feel that are very optional, optimal. Okay? All right, we'll see you, and aloha. Bye.
Important reminder: all information and ideas are for informational purposes only and are in no way intended as medical advice or as a substitute for medical counseling. Earthshift Products, Dr. Robert Cassar, all of their partners, affiliates, and subsidiaries will not be held accountable for the use or misuse of the information presented therein. This information is not intended as medical advice. The authors, publishers, and speakers of this work are not medical doctors and do not recommend the use of mineral-deficient foods, drugs, or medicines to achieve beauty and to alleviate health challenges. Because there is always some risk involved, all persons involved with the development and distribution of this information are not responsible for any adverse effects or consequences of any kind resulting from the use or misuse of any suggestions or procedures described on our website or Earthshift Live radio talk show or therein.